The Score North Twin Show.
All right, Score North Extra Innings with Declan Goff. I am live from Progressive Field, much to contrary belief here on my surroundings. This was the only place I could find quiet enough to do a little quick podcast update for you guys. What's going on? Excited to be here in Cleveland for 3 games. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is the Score North Twin Show on the Score North Twin Show YouTube channel. A little bit of a newer channel over the last few months. We're almost at 3,000 subscribers, which is awesome. So thank you. So if you're new to this channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for Minnesota Twins content. My name is Declan Goff. I'm only here on select road games or select games from away from Target Field, but you can expect content from Target Field from just about every single Twins home game. So let's jump into this here. So the Twins are in Cleveland for a 3-game series. They're coming off, obviously, getting swept against the New York Yankees. Byron Buxton, who has been on the injured list since I believe May 1st, early May. He played in a couple rehab games with the St. Paul Saints on Wednesday and Thursday. Buxton did make the trip. Byron Buxton is here in Cleveland with the team. He will not play tonight. He, in fact, is not technically activated quite yet. After talking with Rocco Baldelli, it appears the expectation is to activate him tomorrow. Buck literally flew domestically among the people on Friday morning. He played back-to-back games. They didn't want to rush him into the night game this evening against Tristan McKenzie. Plus, Logan Allen, a left-hander, will be on the mound for the Guardians on Saturday. So a righty versus lefty, a little bit of an advantage for Buxton there. So Byron Buxton is here in Cleveland with the Minnesota Twins. Expectation for him to be activated tomorrow. Roster move, though. What does the corresponding roster move look like? Few options here, and this is just complete educated speculation to a degree. This is not anything that I heard or no confirmation about from Rocco or team officials, but you could obviously send down Austin Martin. That is an option. You could also look for maybe, unfortunately, someone going on the injured list. There's been, a few players who have been dinged up a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised if someone maybe like Trevor Larnach, if the injury to him is still bugging him, he could be someone that maybe goes in the IL. Alex Kirilloff has struggled a lot over the last month, and even though he hasn't reported anything wrong, when you see someone go through a month-long stretch like that where it's weak contact and a lot of uppercut on top of the ball swings, I should say, you have to wonder if maybe something is up with that wrist or shoulder that he has had an issue with before. So that is also a couple options. We'll see what that roster move ends up being. But yeah, Byron Buxton will be back with the Twins tomorrow in the lineup. Willie Castro, of course, will play center field on Friday for game 1 of this series against Tristan McKenzie. He's batting 9th. He's in center. Willie obviously had a very frustrating series against the New York Yankees at Target Field. Twins need someone to play center. It appears they don't trust Austin Martin out there also to play center. So they're going to go with Willie Castro for another day. And here's the interesting part too. Cleveland Guardians obviously put the ball in play a ton. They don't swing and miss. They're not going to strike out a lot. The Twins saw that in the 2 games against Cleveland. And honestly, if you've watched Cleveland over the last few years, you know that they're going to make it hard to swing and miss, and they're going to put the ball in play. And we'll see what the Twins defense can do for that. I asked Rocco, how do you approach that? Because knowing obviously the defense has been a problem, knowing that the Cleveland Guardians like to put the baseball in play. Do you think this defense is up for that challenge to kind of get out of those bugaboos? Kirilloff also obviously had a little bit of a kerfuffle, dropping a fly ball against the Yankees in the series this week at Target Field. So no better team to try to get back into your defensive woes to try to fix them than this Cleveland Guardians team who can put the ball in play. So this will be an interesting sight for the Twins. But yeah, Byron Buxton will hopefully be back in center field. Most likely will be back in center field tomorrow when the Twins play game 2 against this series against the lefty Logan Allen. We'll see how the Twins defense fares. It has to be a lot better. That pitching in the Yankees series really wasn't a problem. It was the offense that was the biggest problem. And obviously the defense being another big culprit on that pie chart of blame. So we'll certainly see what the Twins defense can do against a really good Cleveland Guardians team that can put the ball in play. And the Twins obviously trying to chase that AL Central crown, trying to get it back. They were able to wipe away a big time deficit when they got off to a slow start this year, but they entered this weekend series 2.5 games back of the Cleveland Guardians. At one point, they were just a half game back. So the Twins could take over the Central, obviously, by a sweep of the Cleveland Guardians, or at least move up ahead of them if they were able to sweep Cleveland here. That's going to be a tall task for them to do, coming off 3 straight losses to the New York Yankees. But that is obviously on their mind. We'll see if the Twins are going to be able to do that throughout these 3 games here at Progressive Field. First time at this ballpark, a lot of fun, huge area. I know a lot of people don't obviously get to be in a press box, probably the largest press box I've ever seen. It looks like a football press box. It's absolutely huge. It goes almost down the entire third base line. But as a fan, was able to just kind of take in a little bit of the concourse. Great yard. So if you have never been to Cleveland, if you're planning to even be here as a Twins fan, there was a lot of Twins fans on my flight this morning on Friday. Looked like they were excited to get down to Cleveland. Awesome ballpark. Come check it out. Should be an absolute fun 3 games for the Twins against the Cleveland Guardians. We'll see what happens, obviously, in this series too. Simeon Woods Richardson will be on the mound on Friday. We'll see if he can kind of bounce back from a rough start against the Toronto Blue Jays. He's been excellent, for the most part. The Twins called on him to obviously make some big starts for him after losing Louis Varland to some ineffectiveness, and Simeon Woods Richardson has mostly lived up to that to a degree. Got Bailey Ober on Saturday. Chris Paddock will also be on the mound for the series finale on Sunday. So Bailey Ober's obviously been very consistent and has been awesome. Chris Paddock has shown flashes of being great, but no Pablo Lopez, no Joe Ryan, because they pitched the last 2 games against the New York Yankees. So instead, Simeon Woods Richardson, Bailey Ober, Chris Paddock will be your 3 starting pitchers against a Cleveland Guardians team who is sitting on top of first place. So quick little update here for you on the Score North Extra Innings Twin Show. One other thing, something just to watch, I think, over the course of this series. I know a lot of the lefties and Larnach and Kirilloff have had some ups and downs, but I think a big thing to watch throughout the series is Edward Julian, who has also kind of gone through some struggles. He's been ice cold. He's been red hot. He's had some peaks and valleys. And I think something, to really watch is he can obviously crush fastballs. It's something that he did last season. He hit 328 against fastballs. This year, it's no different. In fact, it's even better. He's hitting 349 against fastballs with a slugging percentage of 860, which is almost unheard of, putting up, Barry Bonds-like numbers against fastballs. Can you start maybe making adjustments against breaking ball pitches? I think is a big thing for Eddie Julian. If he can start doing that, I think pitchers can start facing him a little bit differently. Julian's someone who has a very specific set of skills we love to joke about from our Taken action movie rewind sequence, but because he doesn't chase a lot, he can draw a lot of walks, and he can crush fastballs. So can Edward Julian kind of snap out a little bit of that funk? Will there have to be maybe an adjustment in his swing going forward to be a little bit more consistent hitter? Obviously he can crush fastballs and he can get on base to a degree. So sometimes, those breaking balls aren't going to be in the zone and he's going to take them a lot, but eventually teams are just going to stop throwing him fastballs. And if they can throw breaking balls in for strikes and just obviously keep him off balance, we'll certainly see. He gets to face a righty against Tristan McKenzie on Friday. So a good time for him to kind of snap out of this funk, but just something, I'm curious to watch on for the Twins and in this series against the Cleveland Guardians. Again, you're coming off 3 games against New York Yankees where obviously you were swept, and you want to kind of get your season back on track against Cleveland, who is 2.5 games up on you in the AL Central. But yeah, Score North Extra Innings will be here from Progressive Field. Again, I'm just in like a little sales room. They're going over some construction here up at Progressive Field. So I got put in here just to do a quick little update. But you can expect content from my Twitter account at Dex's Tweets. You can go to the Score North Twitter page as well to expect some content from Extra Innings. Super excited to be here, obviously. So you can expect some content after or before the game tomorrow. We'll have a recap on Sunday with AJ Fredrickson. So Score North Extra Innings, wanted to hop on here if you're just jumping in, consuming this late. Byron Buxton will be back with the Twins on Saturday. Most likely he is here in Cleveland. He made the flight domestically on Friday morning. So we'll see when Byron Buxton is hopefully activated. And then we'll also see that corresponding roster move. There's kind of a list of options available there for the Twins, how they want to proceed with that. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're into the Minnesota Twins and you've just discovered this YouTube channel, appreciate you guys. We're almost up to 3,000 subs. So thank you so much. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is Score North Extra Innings. My name is Declan Goff. We'll be talking at you later this weekend.